Welcome to another L22CHO video. Today we're in the Sunday Crest Autosport Ginetta GT5 Cup. We've just finished here at the Nürburgring short circuit. So we've got Nemesis in pole position, did a storming 1 minute 47 lap time. We've got myself and Neil following him in second and third, myself being in third, and similar to recently, we're going to go in cockpit and see how we get on. So we'll get a good start as usual. So we survived turn one alright. As you can see with Nemesis there, these cars are very, very slidey. It's very easy to lose control of these cars. Rear-wheel drive, light cars, but more so these Ginettas in particular. Especially into the corners when you're downshifting, it's very easy to over-rotate and spin the car out. So me and Nemesis pre-race been having a little bit of banter, and I'm kind of hoping we can have a good battle in this race. Never quite had the opportunity in the Porsche Cup on Thursday. So I'm hoping to get past Krave as soon as possible, ideally, to put the battle on with the Nemesis. But as it happens, Neil in these cars is very quick and always puts a good battle against me. Bloody close to them tyres. I love battling with Neil. He always brings the challenge. I never know who's going to win either. He's very fast, he's good at racing, doesn't really give up much time despite the battling, which is brilliant. I've got the inside here. As you can hear by my throttle inputs, very steady, trying not to run wide and making contact. I'm led to believe these cars have 6 gears, but I don't think I've ever been out of 5th. We run the default setup each week in these cars. It's locked as well, so nobody can change the settings. It's quite an even playing field. Way too much curve there, slightly out of control getting into the corner there. I find with this car shifting into second, it locks the rears up. And like that, it's pretty close to hitting the tyres. And the sand. So, new lap. We've got Nemesis in front. Let's have a quick look at the delta. It's 2.4 seconds there in front. And I've got Neil right on my 6. A little bit of a lock up there coming into that corner. I like to use a little bit of that curve on the left just to help the car rotate, whereas on this corner it's very easy to over-rotate. So the weather conditions in this race do change. The track state is on ×2, and the weather I think is 2 slots of overcast, and then it will transfer over into the fog. Quite sure why I can't master this corner. I always seem to be hitting the curbs, losing a little bit of time. It's quite common to lock up around this corner. There's about 2 or 3 different ways you can take it. Some are faster than others. Some you think, oh, this is a nightmare, I've lost it. But then you seem to be quite good with the delta time. I always try and shift into second as late as possible because it does rotate the car quite a lot in second. I'm not sure if the gear ratios are staggered differently for second compared to the rest of the gears. We're coming from 5th to 4th, 4th to 3rd, it's pretty smooth, a little bit of turning, it's fine. As soon as you shift into second, it's as if the gear ratio is a lot shorter, and obviously the revs are a lot higher when you come into second because it seems to lock up the rear diff a lot easier and create the oversteer coming into the corners. It can be treacherous if you're not aware of it. It can be a pain in the ass most of the time, but it can also be used to your advantage if you need extra rotation. Hitting the apex on that corner is probably the most important thing to do, to be fair. Like I say, there's a few ways of taking it, but each time the fastest is always to hit the apex, which is easier said than done in these cars. As you can hear there's Neil right on the 6, just slightly out of the view of the mirror there before, but see them. You can see Krave in the background there, just sliding it round. Sometimes in these cars, it's actually quicker to slide. Crazy. The hardest part with these cars is the consistency. Putting a good lap time in is good, but doing them consistently. I mean, I think we're doing them quite consistent. We're doing 1:48s, pretty fast lap times. Nemesis made a bit of a mistake on the last lap. to win. Obviously, put the 49 seconds in. But yeah, 48s, high 48s consistently. Quite fast times for these cars around here. Of course, I've mentioned that I'm trying to chase Nemesis, follow up on a bit of banter that we've had before this race started. But the constant threat isn't really Nemesis, it's actually the mirror. It's Neil Krave right on my 6. He does not want to let it go. We've actually got quite a big delta to third already at this point in the race. And I just go and make it a lot worse there. Quite bad at that corner, to be fair. Give up a little bit of time. Got Neil right on my 6 now. But I don't think Nemesis is really getting away at the moment. I've noticed Neil's pretty quick around the last chicane before the last hairpin, last corner. So that was something I was quite conscious of. I could see Neil having a look on the inside. I knew he wasn't going to make a move from that far back, so there was no need to react. He's doing what I was doing on the last video you might have seen, just eyeing up the competition, seeing how they react. Trying to play a bit of my own tricks, I think. I've turned down the volume of the other cars so that mine's considerably louder than the others, but you can still obviously hear Neil's car quite loudly, but that's mainly because he's so close. The rear view mirror doesn't really do it justice because the field of view is currently set at, but basically he's right by me. As you can see, I'm catching up to Nemesis now. Target is locked. Just noticing there's a few slides appearing now from Nemesis and myself and Neil, to be fair. The tyres do get a bit of a hammering in these cars. So as you can see there, looking at the deltas, we've got a 17-second lead over third position, Chris. Fourth position, sorry. The top three here are all battling quite a big time difference from fourth position. The difference between fourth, fifth and sixth is just a few seconds. 17, 20, 21, 22 seconds as we saw. So they're quite tight, quite close. But this battle for first, second and third is tight, but quite a fair way in front actually, considering. So the secret with the laps I'm putting in, I'm not at full pace, just wind it back a little bit, make it comfortable, make sure I'm not pushing too hard, which is going to create a spin. The idea is to not push as hard as you would maybe in a qualifying session or a practice or an open lobby. Just wind it back a little bit, let the consistency do the work. Second gear around this corner, don't brake, just lift off the throttle, let it turn, get on the throttle, bit of throttle oversteer. Up into third. A little bit of power oversteer now to get the rotation. Little lift back on the power. Again, no braking around that corner. Going to brake just before the 50 board. Wait for seconds as you saw there. Otherwise you'll over rotate. Let the car track out so you're not oversteering too much. Third. Down into second, just clip the curve, full on throttle now, full on throttle, get the car rotating to the left. Third, little lift, dab maybe sometimes, get back on the throttle now, full throttle usually. On this particular corner I was carrying a bit too much speed, I'm just going to push wide, which meant straight away I knew when I did that corner that I was going to give a little bit of time back to Nemesis, which is now disappearing off into the fog. I won't tell you what I'm doing around here because it's absolutely shocking. Genuinely thought I was going to roll the car at that moment. I genuinely did. So I was quite disappointed with myself. Obviously I was catching up with Nemesis and now he's been able to pull at this point. I think it's like a 3.5–4 second gap by the end of the straight. It's also allowed Neil to catch back up and put on more pressure from behind. Another mistake. Just messing up with the locking up there. And Nemesis has spun slightly. A little bit extra drive speed from himself, been able to hold the inside line. Tried to give him as much space as possible. Currently in first. Really tight line, make sure I've got it covered. Which looks like it's worked out well. A little bit of a defensive line, he's on the inside. A couple of taps of the throttle. Side by side, Neil's there, pretty much free wide here at this point. Just managed to have a little bit more drive with having the outside line. Can't believe I messed that corner up. However, it might just give me a little bit of breathing space. Been having a nightmare with that chicane the whole race. As you can see in the mirror, we've got Nemesis in second, Krave in third, all very close together. I'm just going to cheat. I'm going to go to Krave's on board for a while. More fun when you can see more action. As you can see there, we're literally bumper to bumper. Nemesis just runs it into the dirt there. I think he was expecting me to get on the throttle a bit earlier. Unfortunately, because I was running a bit of a defensive line, I wasn't able to get on the throttle as early as I'd like. So that little hesitation onto the throttle is probably throwing him off slightly. As you can see, Neil's exceptionally fast through there, not hitting the curbs. Not quite sure why I couldn't perfect that, to be fair. Neil's got a good drive out of this corner, but he's not able to quite get close enough to dive on the inside. Try and keep it as tight as possible around here. I tried to slide it there just so I could get a better line without having to go too defensive, but I think I'm starting to slide it too much. As you can see there, dabbing the brake, which I wouldn't normally have done at that point. So we got myself, L22CHO in first, Neil Krave in second, which is obviously who we're on board with at the moment, and we've got Nemesis in third. As you can see in the mirror, you'll be a lot closer than you think because of the POV on the mirror. Let's go on board with the Nemesis for a while. So there's a mistake there by myself, allows Neil up on the inside. Very, very close racing here. This is allowing Nemesis to make a bit of time on us. Very, very close, bloody hell. So we've now pulled a 20-second gap to 4th position, Ickelmite. This is lap 14, I'm not sure if this is the last lap, I think. Look how close this is for a finish. Nemesis, Krave and myself. Absolute superb race. Super intense battle, and I hope you enjoyed watching that. I certainly enjoyed the battle. Thank you very much both Nemesis and Krave for another superb battle. Thank you very much, till next time.